Welcome to the classroom, students. It's time for another edition of Leykis 101.
Can you attend my class? It is for your own good.
Harry,
What?
we are just going to be friends, okay?
Great, friends. It's the best thing. You realize, of course, that we could never be friends.
Why not?
Men and women can't be friends because the sex part always gets in the way.
That's not true. I have a number of men friends and there is no sex involved.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I
You
do.
only think you do.
You're saying I'm having sex with these men without my knowledge?
No, what I'm saying is they all want to have sex with you.
They do not.
Do too.
How do you know?
Because no man can be friends with a woman that he finds attractive. He always wants to have sex with her.
So you're saying that a man can be friends with a woman he finds unattractive?
No, you pretty much want to nail him, too.
I want to have sex.
It's Leykis 101, the ongoing on-air adult education course that teaches men how to get more tail for less money. And more importantly, it teaches women how men think. I'm your professor. We teach this course every week at this time. It's a controversial course. It gets people pissed off. As your professor, in case you don't know my credentials, I like to give those from time to time. People say, what are your credentials? Well, for one thing, I am a master debater, a cunning linguist, an amateur gynecologist. I do that in my free time. And I am a licensed interpreter. I can interpret women into English, and I've got my degree in that. And so if you've got questions for me about sex, dating, marriage, how to get sex without paying for it, how to avoid getting married, how to avoid having a relationship, how to avoid learning her first name, anything else that's related, I am here teaching this course, giving you the information and advice you need.
What do you like?
This is the information that people need. You don't get it on the radio very often, because on the radio people say what is politically correct. I don't. I don't worry about taste, and I don't worry about being honest about stuff that you're supposed to lie about. You know the rule on this show, ladies. If you have to ask if you look fat in that dress, it's because you do. And I can say that because I'm not hoping you'll give me sex. So I can be honest. Your boyfriend or husband, he will lie because he wants to get sex. And because you're in denial, you want him to lie. You understand that? Today in class, man, I want to talk about meeting her parents. Very important. Because when she wants to take you over to meet the parents, this has consequences. Now, of course, we've talked to countless men who've been doing both the mother and the daughter, and that's a different story altogether. But in most cases, when she wants you to meet the parents, that is part of a campaign to either delay sex if you haven't had it yet, or to seal you in as part of the deal. In other words, to seal in that you are the boyfriend, capital T, capital B, the boyfriend. In other words, she's taking you more seriously than you're taking her. Going and visiting the parents gives the wrong idea. It is like going out with her on Valentine's Day or New Year's Eve. These are days when if you are out with her, she's going to think this means more than it does. Among your goals, men, besides getting poon, among your goals would be this. Don't meet the parents. Don't go over to the parents' house. Stay away from the parents. You don't need to go over there and be interrogated. You don't need to go over there and be put under a microscope. And you especially don't want to be branded the boyfriend. That is not a good thing. You want to try to keep as much distance between you and her as possible. All you want, if you're in this classroom, is tail. Now again, do people want other things in life? Sure they do. Go to those classrooms, learn from those professors, okay? I am the professor of trim. And so if you want to learn how to get trim, listen up. Meeting the parents is a bad idea. Sure, if you want to get married, it's probably a good idea. We don't teach you about getting married on this show. I also want to comment on the continuing inability of many women to make a distinction between sex and relationships. There are women out there who think these are one and the same. Any man in this classroom can tell you these are two very different things. Men love having meaningless sex with people whose names we don't know. We love it. We live for it. It does not need to be a relationship. I can't believe the email I get from women who write in and say to me, "Hey, I can't believe you're recommending that men do this. What kind of a relationship are they going to have?" Guess what? They're going to have no relationship. That's exactly the point. We in the Leykis 101 classroom are not looking for relationships. We're not looking for love. The way we find love is by pulling your panties down. That's how we find it.
That's me.
There you go. That's the whole classroom, as a matter of fact. Many people are offended by the professor's teachings. Many people protest the professor's teachings. One person is actually waging a one-woman campaign against me because of my teachings in this classroom.
Yes.
But as I've said so many times on this program, the reason that women get so upset at the professor is because the professor is ruining a very good thing. Those days of going out and sucking down free drinks and porking down all that great food and not putting out their over, ladies, because students in this classroom have had their fill. They've spent enough money. They've waited long enough. They've boozed you. They've wined you and dined you. They've listened to you whining while you're dining. And they've had their fill. Now we want the shortest distance between 2 points. If you have questions about sex or relationships, dating, all of that, dating equals porking, by the way, all you have to do is call your professor.